His lawyer has called 33 times. The first one came just after lunch. I watched the screen light up a known number and let it ring straight to voicemail. Then again, and again. By the 12th call, I silenced the ringer and let the quiet settle like dust across the floorboards. Now I'm on the porch, shirt clinging to my back as the July heat presses down like a judgment. Cicadas scream from the trees shrill, relentless like they've been waiting 8 years to. I light the cigar I've been saving for a moment like this. The one I swore I'd burn the day my son finally opened the message I left him. Marcus, the boy who never asked why, who vanished without a word, picked her side, and erased me like I was a stain on the pristine image of his life. 8 years of silence, and now he wants his inheritance. It didn't start with the divorce. No, that was just the bleeding wound finally split open. The beginning was quieter, small cracks, spiderwebbing beneath the surface, until the whole thing shattered. Lena, my ex-wife, was the kind of woman who smiled with her mouth, not her eyes, intelligent, composed, the sort who learns the game so she can own the board. We were married 24 years, built a life, a home, a company, a name, and then one morning she decided she was done with all of it. Not with me, just with the life that didn't orbit around her. When she left, she didn't walk. She detonated, told Marcus I'd cheated, told him I siphoned money from the company, said I was cold, distant, dangerous. He was 20 then, just old enough to feel righteous, too young to question the story he was fed. I stood at the bottom of the stairs and watched him pack his bags like I was a ghost in the house. He grew up and say something, I said. He didn't. He walked out like I was no one. I tried, God, I tried. I called, I wrote, I left one single message, one long, brutal, honest message. Told him the truth about Lena, about what she did to the finances, about the forged emails, the lies, the night I found her with Victor, my business partner, at the lake house, laughing, barefoot and intimate while I watched from the tree line. Heart in my throat. I didn't scream. I didn't confront. I just learned, studied, planned. That message, it was all in there, not a plea, a record. I told Marcus if he read it and responded, no apology necessary, just responded, I'd never try again. That if he didn't, I'd disappear from his life completely. He blocked me, and I kept my word. But money has a way of pulling ghosts out of the dark. Lena died last year. Cancer, fast and quiet. She took her secrets with her, or so she thought. But not all of them, some secrets. I made sure to preserve. My company sold last year. 9 figures. It made headlines. I knew Marcus would see it eventually, and he did. Now, his lawyer's voicemail is smooth and practiced. Mr. Hale, my client, Marcus Hale, would like to discuss the terms of his expected inheritance. We believe, click. I take a sip of bourbon and let it burn slow through the cracks of me. I've waited for this moment. When Lena left, I let her take almost everything. Publicly, strategically, I stood before the court and told them I wanted peace, that she deserved comfort. It made me look like the better man. People clapped me on the back, called me noble. She walked away thinking she'd won. She had no idea. While she celebrated, I buried every asset she didn't know about under layers of trusts, LLCs, shell accounts, and offshore havens. I built a fortress out of paperwork and silence. The will was rewritten 3 weeks after Marcus blocked me. It left everything, every last cent, to a children's cancer fund. The same one that treated Lena in her final weeks. Poetic, really. But I did leave one clause, just one. If Marcus ever contacted me in good faith, if he read the message I'd sent him and responded even one sentence, he'd get 10%. A token, a bridge, if he ever wanted to cross it. He never did. Until now. At exactly to 14 p.m. this afternoon, I saw the read receipt light up on my phone. A message. Blue tick. 8 years too late. No reply. Just the avalanche of lawyer calls. Desperate. Insistent. That's what happens when truth hits too fast. It scrambles the brain, rattles the hands, leaves you breathless with shame. The lawyer doesn't know what's coming, but Marcus does, because in that message, I didn't hold back. I laid it all bare. Lena's forgeries, the bank transfers, the late nights when I'd hear whispered calls behind closed doors, I described that day at the lake house, her laughter with Victor slicing through me like glass. I told Marcus how I made no scene, drew no weapon, just watched and learned. The message was not an apology, that it was a confession of pain, of betrayal, of survival, and of the plan that came after. Now I hear it. A car pulling into the drive. I don't move. The engine cuts off. Footsteps crunch on gravel, hesitant, careful. Then he's on the porch. I stare straight ahead. Let the silence settle around us. Like smoke. Dad, he says softly. I don't answer, I read it. He adds. The silence stretches until it snaps. Then I ask, without turning my head. I didn't know. He flinches. That phrase, he's used it before. Like it absolves him. I finally look at him, older, worn down, hollowed out by a shame he can't articulate. You didn't ask, I say. He swallows. Is it true? All of it? I stare into him. Does it matter? He looks like a boy again. But boys don't inherit empires. I rise, slowly, and crush the cigar beneath my heel. Look him in the eye. I left you a way back. 8 years ago. You chose not to take it. His mouth opens. I raise my hand. I told you to read the message and respond. That was the clause. You cut me out. And now you want a piece of the man you erased. His eyes fill with tears. Please, Dad. I was wrong. Too late. I turn and walk back inside. Leave him standing in the dusk with the cicadas screaming above. That night, the lawyer calls again. This time, I answer. Mr. Hale, surely. We can resolve this, your son. I cut him off. He read the message, but he never replied. That clause required a response. There's nothing to resolve. But morally, I hang up. Some debts are paid in silence. Some inheritances are. Just lessons. And mine. Mine is justice. And justice doesn't negotiate.